Welcome to Paper Cut Crafts. Today we're going to make a shaker card. I have cut this with the stitched rectangular dies. I am going to stamp it with the painted Poppies and Peaceful Moments in the Blackberry Bliss ink. Next you will need a piece of window sheet cut just big enough to cover the opening with a little extra so you can actually have a place to put your adhesive. And you can use, here I'm using snail, but you can use any adhesive that you feel will hold it in place. Next I'm going to attach my front piece to my card. Just going to use snail, and this is just so I can get a visual of what my background is going to look like through the window. These are the strip adhesive pieces, or dimensional, that come in strips. These are really good for the shaker cards because you can cut them down to the length that you need. And they are also shapeable, so if your shape is oval or a circle, you can manipulate these strips around the outside of those shapes. When you're placing your strips for a shaker, you want to make sure that they are close to the edge of your window so that your pieces, your sequin pieces that you have or whatever it is inside your shaker card don't go outside the window. So when you're viewing from the other side, you always see them. You don't want them like disappearing behind your front panel. So next we're just going to add the sequins. I don't like adding too many because you want them to be able to move and that you can see the background. But you can add as many as you want or as few as you want depending on your application. Next I'm going to add just some other dimensional pieces around the edge just to hold up the panel of the card so that it doesn't like collapse as I'm putting it down. This is the trickiest part of the card. You can't see exactly how you're lining it up. You kind of have to have some sort of visual cue of where your edges are and how they're going to line up on your front, and a lot of it is guessing. So if you know a better way of putting this front panel on, I would love to hear it from you. This is the way that I do it, and I'm pretty good at getting it lined up, but it is kind of a blind stick. Next I'm going to add a bit of a frame. This, I already pre-cut this. I'm just going to show you how I'm going to use my snail on the back of this. So the piece I have cut is very thin, and I wouldn't be able to add the snail out if I had punched it out or taken it out of the piece that I cut right away. So I just have some leftover washi tape holding it all in. Then I just ran my snail over the back of it beforehand. And now I'm going to take it out of the die cut pieces. So I've used 2 nesting pieces to make the frame, and this is just an aesthetic that I'm adding to the front. I had cut these pieces out earlier with the intention to use them on the front, but as I laid them down I realized it's a little bit too busy and they don't fit the front. So I'm trying to figure out where I want to lay them that they might work, and I've come to realize that they're just not going to work for this card, so I'll hang on to them and use them in a different card. I did not intend to use this piece at all really for this card, but as I was playing around with it I realized it made a really nice inside accent piece. It's just the punched out part of the frame that I added to the front, and the white is the piece that came from the window for the shaker. So I'm just going to add these to the inside with the snail, and then I'm going to stamp one of the poppies from the same stamp set as the other flower that I put on the frame of the shaker on the front. So here's the finished card. It's a nice little shaker. All the pieces move well. I appreciate you watching. Please like and subscribe, and I'll see you next time. Happy stamping!